I heard a story about early on in your career, you wore them. Obviously, you've been wearing them since the 12th grade. When you played against Kobe, did you wear his shoes or did you wear a different shoe?
So early on, I remember who said something to me. I'm gonna ask Vince if you remember this. I remember Vince was like, when you play against Kobe, do you wear shoes? I'm like, no, I haven't yet. I'm like, why? Like, nah, you don't supposed to wear your opponent's shoe or blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, oh, all right. So next time I played Kobe, I wore some Jordans. It's the wrong fucking thing I should have did. As soon as I walked on the court, Cole was like, oh, that's what we doing, motherfucker? And didn't say nothing to me the rest of the game.
Hey, you just sounded so much like him right there when he said that. That's what we doing, motherfucker. Yeah, you sounded just like Kobe right there, dude. That's crazy.
Guys are on the court out there, and I've asked a number of the guys this. Are you guys talking stuff to each other when you're out there playing and competing?
Sometimes.
The rest of the script. All right, let's hear it. Put your hands on me.
And some of it, I think, is that he emulated some of the things that MJ did as well, because MJ was a terror in practice.
Yeah, he's hard on
his teammates.
Yeah.
It was the first time, you look at somebody and you can't tell if he's looking at you. Like, he's looking dead at me, but I'm like, I don't know if he sees me. I think I'm just like not relevant enough for him, but he couldn't see me, and I felt it.
You know what I mean? And when you want to talk about the swagger, oof, I mean, Kobe had it. But as a competitor, I knew that Kobe was the one for me that I had. If I wanted to be great, that I had to get on the level of Kobe Bryant.
The entire crowd was watching him, like that's the reach that he had.
Every once in a while,
You would see flashes?
Yeah, then he would say some shit, then the whole room was like.
I still couldn't stop it, and I knew what he was about to do over and over and over again, And that's a part of his greatness, man.
Yeah, look at him.
You know what? That's
Loves this time, relishes it. And he and Gerald Wallace are having a conversation. That's Kobe and Gerald Wallace going at each other while Kobe's on the free throw line. Gerald's still talking to him. They're still talking to him. They're still having a conversation. As Kobe's about to shoot the biggest free throw of the night. 3-point game. 4.8 to play.
And that's not like, people think those stories are like not real. Like, those stories are real.
Rumor has it, there's a story where Kobe was playing against the 76ers, and Andre Iguodala had done a great job on him, held him to like 7 for 20 shoot. So he literally when they went back to Philadelphia, he had that date marked on his calendar.
So he came to the locker room, and he was like, where's Dre? And I was on the court working out, getting ready for the game. And it was Lewis Williams. It was like, he told Lewis Williams, he said, tell Dre 50 tonight. So I come back to the locker room, and Lou Williams was like, yo, Dre, Kobe said 50 tonight. I'm like, I'm always ready to play against Kobe, so I'm like, okay, this will be a good matchup. Excited about it. So 6 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. He has 49, and they're about like 20, and he gets subbed out. So he got 49 with 6 minutes to go. The game was over. So that was an interesting night. I actually went back and I tracked that game. He made like 3 threes from like where it says Staple on the side of the court. He made like 3 threes from like the P in Staples, which was like far. So yeah, and then we got a lot of pick and roll action. I'll never forget that game.
The stories, I remember at USA Basketball, first practice, he was like, he looked like, I don't want to say old, but he looked like, I was like, man, am I seeing like the end, it's like he's starting to decline. I didn't tell anybody that. I would never say that out loud. But I was just thinking that in my head, because he just wasn't moving, as well as he was. He's missing a lot of shots. Middle of summer, so whatever. But then I found out he had gone on like a 40-mile bike ride at like 11 p.m. that night. Got in at like 2 a.m. And then he was in the weight room when I got down there at 7:30. So, it was funny to me, very fitting to me. That was like in my head I was too scared to say it to anybody else, but I was like, man, am I seeing like the decline? I was like, oh no, he's just worked out for 40 hours straight.
I heard a story about early on in your career, you wore them. Obviously, you've been wearing them since the 12th grade. When you played against Kobe, did you wear his shoes or did you wear a different shoe?
So early on, I remember who said something to me. I'm gonna ask Vince if you remember this. I remember Vince was like, when you play against Kobe, do you wear shoes? I'm like, no, I haven't yet. Like, why? Like, nah, you ain't supposed to wear your opponent's shoe or blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, oh, all right. So next time I played Kobe, I wore some Jordans. It's the wrong fucking thing I should have did. As soon as I walked on the court, Kobe was like, oh, that's what we doing, motherfucker? And didn't say nothing to me the rest of the game. Right?
Hey, you just sounded so much like him right there when he said that.
I'm
That's what we doing, motherfucker.
didn't he?
Yeah, you sounded just like Kobe right there, dude. That's crazy as hell. He was off you, huh? He was off. Did he probably bust your ass too?
What, man? And that game, I swear to God, you can find the game too, bro. I remember I had hit somebody hit a shot, put us up like 1. They called a timeout in front of our bench. This motherfucker walked past our bench while we was in the huddle, said, you left me too much time. Came out, hit the fucking game winner, right? So I was like, man, so after the game, I talked to him, he was like, damn, man, my bad, blah, blah, blah.
That's what's up. That's a crazy ass story. That's what's up.
Yeah, I don't think I never told that. Yeah.
But I swear to God, that was him when you said it, because he done said that plenty of times. That shit was crazy.
Man.
We were in the Olympics, right? And this is when I knew Kobe was a monster, though. You hear about it, but you really, if you don't see it, you really, really don't know. And so we get into a city, one of the cities very late. And immediately we all go to the gym, all my guys, it's Melo, it's me, it's Brian, it's Kobe. Like, we all go to the gym, we all get our work in. It's real late. And so after we get done getting our work in, me and my guys, we say, hey, like, let's meet for breakfast in the morning. Like, if you can't sleep, whoever first one wake up, hit us up, we're going to go eat. And so we do that. We probably get like 3 hours of sleep. You can't sleep much when you're traveling across the world, like we were traveling. And we probably get like 3 hours of sleep, and we wake up, we go down to where the food is. And as we walking down, slubbing with sleep in our eyes, Kobe Bryant is sitting there with ice on his knees already, right? So we walk up to Kobe, we like, Kobe, what's up? And he was like, yeah, man, I just finished the workout, and I'm about to go do another one. And at that moment, I was like, wait, hold on. We just worked out about 3 hours ago. You know what I mean? And like, you've done another workout and you about to go do another one. That's when I was like, okay, I got to get my stuff together. I got to get my shit together, because this dude right here is on a whole different level than even I'm on. And I'm supposed to be great, right? So that's the kind of person he was. And that's how he drove me. You know what I mean? Like, just little stuff like that. I went back and said, okay, that means I got to work hard and I got to do more. So yeah, I just wanted to share that little anecdote.
That's great.
He's a beast, man.
He had a lot of respect for guys who busted their butts, every single day, being if they were very talented or not. But if you came to work every single day and you didn't bag down to him, because he would test you. That's the one thing I loved about it. He would test guys in practice.
How would he test them?
Oh, elbowing them, talking to them, telling them they can't guard him. You got this guy out here and this guy can't hold my jock. But I mean, he would talk so much stuff, and he would really just to see how you're going to react to it.
Touch me the rest of the scrimmage. All right, let's see. Put your hands on me.
And some of it I think is that he emulated some of the things that MJ did as well, because MJ was a terror in practice.
Yeah, he's hard on guys.
He was hard on his teammates.
Yeah.
Fucking hard, you ain't got that. You make what you ain't called. You know what? I got to spend you all day.
Even the last 2 years I had him here, I wouldn't allow him to practice much, but there was days where he was like, well, B, let me just scrimmage. And I was like, yeah, that sounds good. So, we're going to scrimmage at about this time. Come on back out, get yourself back loose, and I'm going to let you scrimmage. And he would be in the scrimmage talking the whole time to guys, to Nick Young and to Jeremy Lins and Carlos Boozers, and I would sit there sometimes and say, guys, you not going to say nothing back?
What started that back and forth though?
It was like a testing day for Kobe to test, like Jeremy Lin, test me and Tess like Wesley Johnson and other guys. So like from the start, he was killing Jeremy Lin. Like I guess he wanted Jeremy Lin to be something he wasn't, but he was killing from the start of the practice. I don't know why we got him. Why is he here? He had one good year talking crazy. Like, but during the practice, I'm up here like Jeremy Lin. Come on, man. You can't go out like this. We ain't going out like this. Not today. I'm getting mad like Jeremy Lin. Come on, man. Kobe, y'all soft like Sherman. Oh, I can't even get better practicing with y'all.
And he would do it to just see which of these guys he could be in that foxhole with.
That's when I was like, all right, Cole, you talking too much. You can't guard me. Guard me. He was guarding Jeremy Lin. Guard me. Yeah, guard me.
Hey, that part.
Yeah, guard me. And then we could start going back and forth. I said nobody in the world could guard me.
That's
Gil was
where it
teaching
comes
me.
from.
Nobody in the world is right on back line. Nobody in the world is right on
Cause I said nobody in the world could guard me. He said like, lucky I'm not from this world.
Damn, he good, bro. He too good.
So we going back and forth. It was fun. Then the next day, you know, we won the game, and he was like praising us and all that type of shit.
I love when you waved them off. I think it was against the Spurs.
Yeah. That was the game. That was right after that.
Oh,
that was right after that. In the interview, I said.
But
I said
feel
something
like
about the Sherman tissue or something like that.
You know, from the yesterday practice, you know, Kobe talking all that trash kind of inspired me today. So, but
yeah,
soft like Sherman.
But I feel like crazy respect crazy. Like Nick's got that mentality.
Yeah.
That like, yo, I'm gonna still shoot. I'm gonna play my game,
that.
and Kobe understands that.
Yeah.
You know, which of these guys I can trust to have my back when I'm on the court?
It was a test.
It's a test.
Yeah.
And he was always, you know, testing guys in that way to try to find out, you know, which of these guys I can trust and go to battle with.
Now Young with two, lets it fly. It's good! Nick Young for three! And the Lakers lead with 7.4 remaining. Young's sixth triple of the night.
Like we had a, fuck, he gonna be mad at me for this, but look, we had a blowout. We got blew out in Portland.
We was getting blew out in Portland. So everybody, Kobe's in the locker room just waiting for everybody to come in. And you know everybody down there got Kobe's on the team, so
yeah.
We come in.
And he came in the locker room and he was like, from now on out, every time down the court, I touch the ball. Y'all gonna learn what it's like to play with Kobe Bean fucking Bryant.
How y'all gonna wear these shoes and y'all soft? That ain't what we do here in LA. So I'm not thinking nothing of it. He tells everybody to take their shoes off, their Kobe's off. I'm like, what?
Okay.
Oh, this motherfucker serious.
Dead ass serious.
Like, what's wrong with you, man? Like, what's wrong with you? Nah, take them off. Take them off.
And so Nick Young playful ass. We shower and shit. We come back.
And y'all did?
And we took them off.
Did y'all throw them in the middle of like the?
In the middle of foul, like foul, he just started grabbing people's shoes and just throwing them. He threw them all in the trash.
Oh,
and
wow.
He's like, y'all don't deserve these.
We shower and shit. We come back. Nick walk in the locker room talking about, y'all better throw that motherfucker the ball or it's gonna be some shit around here.
Straight up.
Like Nick never took anything serious though.
Which y'all start coming with, yeah, come back in LeBrons and stuff like that.
What y'all say? Did anyone?
Like, I ain't gonna wear those anyway. No more.
Yeah.
But we had just got the shit kicked out of us and Cole wasn't going for it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so I just think mentally, like, he meant that shit.
My Kobe story is we were in the player lounge. There was a couple of us, and we were playing spades. And he kind of came in, and we were drinking a little wine, playing some spades, just chilling. And he came in, sat down, poured himself a glass, and he was kind of like reading a paper. So this is 2008. So they had just lost to the Celtics in the finals, like tragically, if memory serves. And so he opens up the paper and there's like this article about it. And there's a picture of Paul Pierce. So I see it. We kind of are, and you know, like it's Kobe Bryant. Listen, it's 2008. We're all sitting there. Fucking Kobe Bryant sits down and pours a glass of wine. We're like, what the fuck? You know? And then we look over and he's tearing out the picture of Paul Pierce. So he cuts it out and he folds it up. He puts it in his pocket. And like, we're all looking at him, you know, like what's going on? He's like, motivation. We're like, oh, cool. And then he proceeded to like chug his wine, pour another glass, chug it, poured the third, and he was like, basically like, he looks over and he's like, now I'm one ahead of you guys. We were like, okay.
That is great. That is such a great story. So when I hear those stories about Kobe, and I hear them from so many people, I'm like, yo, was he really like, was some of it performance art? Like some of it was like, I've got to live up to this reputation. Like, who does that?
We show The Real World.
Yes.
That used to be on MTV.
Yeah.
Kobe was a rookie.
Arn was my agent as well, and I was the elder statesman of the firm. And Arn called me up and was like, you know, do you mind talking to this young kid and show him what the NBA is all about and how to conduct yourself? I'm like, okay, yeah, sure, I'll talk to this kid.
We were set to play a game of basketball versus the real world cast. It was shot in Hollywood, and all I remember is Gail continuing to say to me, look, when you guys get there, you're going to get there before the cast of Real World. All Kobe wants to do is play you one-on-one. He just wants to play you one-on-one, one-on-one, one-on-one. I'm like, look, I'm 10 years in. This is 96, 97 year, that summer. So he had 1 year in. So I'm 10 years in. I'm not going to play this young cat one-on-one. I'm like, all right, I'll play a soft game of one-on-one versus him, but our focus should be going against the real world cast. So we get there, and we're playing soft one-on-one, and, you know, I'm doing my step-back jumper. I know you've alluded to this before. And he's like, how do you do that move? And I kind of show him because I was trying to take things from him as well. He had this killer crossover. I'm like, well, how do you do that? So we're exchanging our go-to moves.
Well, a conversation turned into text messages and phone calls every day. Because, like you said, he was gathering information.
We reached the Bulls in the conference finals, and he was like, so what was it like going against Jordan?
He wanted to be bigger than life. And at that time, that person bigger than life, and still is Michael Jordan. And I didn't have a very strong relationship with MJ. But Kobe wanted to know what was all the intricate talking and trash talking and moves that were going on between MJ and I.
What did you do? Like, what were your game plans? What was this? I was like, man, that black cat, there was no answer for him, man. We tried this, we tried that. That black cat was doing this and that.
And I'm thinking to myself, what does this kid want to know about all this MJ talk for? There's only one black cat, because I referred to call Michael Jordan or Jordan. I always called him the black cat. It's like the black cat was, we were doing this, and I'm talking to Kobe. And I'm like, Kobe. He's like, you know what?
Like, you know what? Well, you better get ready for the caramel cat because he's coming. So before the Black Mamba, his nickname was the Caramel Cat.
I'm thinking, this young 17-year-old, I'm talking about the greatest ever. He says, you're going to refer to me as the Caramel Cat.
That's how much confidence he had back then. This is like 1 year into it. He's like, well, you better forget the black cat. You better get ready for the caramel cat because he's coming.
And I thought about it. I'm like, fast forward 2 or 3 years later, it was 2-1. And then game 4 that you mentioned, you fouled out. I'm thinking, you already had 50 and 25. Great.
That's a loose ball foul on Shaq. That'll be number 6. What a big play.
3 years later in the NBA Finals, that same move that I was showing him in my step back, he hit in game 3 after Shaq fouled out.
Reggie Miller, the marquee matchup we talked about. Look at Reggie Miller squaring him up. These two guys played one-on-one all summer in L.A. Kobe takes it between his legs. He pulls it back, hits the jumper, and then sort of gives it, take your time. Everything's cool.
As he's running down the court, pats me on the butt and says, "You never should have showed me that step back. I'm going to kill this young kid. I'm going to kill this young kid." Brilliant.